Hi, my name's Joe, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about the basics of kerosene heaters, what you should do when you get one, how to operate them, etc., etc. So, if you've never had a kerosene heater before, this would be a great video to watch. So what I did was I went out and I purchased this nice kerosene heater. It's a Redstone. I got it at Tractor Supply, and this was the floor model, and it was on sale for $90. Came with the instructions, and it was already put together. Everything was all put together when I got it. So if you're just getting a kerosene heater for the first time, you should make sure it has instructions. Usually they take 2D batteries for the igniter. If you don't have 2D batteries, good old-fashioned matches work great. Okay, and then what I recommend is some kerosene fuel treatment. This is like wick conditioner, and it makes it just work a lot better, and it helps prevent problems in your wick from contaminants like a little tiny bit of water. So I like to have on hand, of course, the directions. Go ahead and read these. If you don't have access to them, you can go to the library and download them online. I like to keep some matches in a plastic bag around so they don't get wet if they're on the basement floor or something like that, or in the garage, whatever. Good to have a backup. Now this is my kerosene kit, I call it. So in here I have a pair of gloves that are rubber, at least around here they're rubber. Okay, and the reason why I keep it in this tub is so I don't have to smell it, because I don't like the way kerosene smells. And if you're burning these heaters right, they don't smell like kerosene, especially if you put a little pine scent in them. So what I have in here is a kerosene can, blue one, marked for kerosene. It's not a good idea to keep kerosene in anything other than this, because it could confuse yourself or others. Let's say you were using a gas can, right? Pour some kerosene here. Your kids saw you do it. They now think the kerosene heaters take gas. They didn't know that you had kerosene in a gas can, so 3 years later, they're pouring gas into a kerosene heater and blowing your house up. You don't want that. What you do want, I'll tell you right now, is to go ahead and spend the extra $6 and get the battery-powered siphon pump. Okay? It just makes everything go smoother. You just pop this in here, and then you put this, you take this off of here, put that in there, flick a switch, it pumps it. You don't have to do anything, you turn the switch off. And then I just have this plastic bag here, because you see a couple little drips here and there, so I just put it in there so we don't have any kerosene dripping anywhere else. Put that back in my special kerosene kit here. So, when it's time to light your kerosene heater, here's what you're going to want to do. If you just got it, fill it up with nice, fresh, clean kerosene. After 30 days, kerosene starts to degrade, so you don't want to use old kerosene. You want to use fresh kerosene, and you don't want it to be cloudy. It should never be cloudy, ever. It can be red, but it can't be cloudy. It should always be clear, like water clear. So you fill this guy up now. Wait 60 minutes, and the reason you do that is so that the wicking action works correctly in the wick. And if you pour kerosene down the wick from the top, you'll trap air bubbles inside the wick, and you'll ruin your wick, and it'll be nothing but problems. We'll turn this dial all the way. Oops. All the way to its limit. And then press this down. Boom! It lights up. I'll move this back and forth. Make sure that it's heated properly. Now, after about 5 to 7 minutes, you can adjust the flame down. If it gets too big, you want it to be sticking out of that donut-shaped thing about 1/2 inch. So if it's sticking way up, bring it back down to 1/2 inch. And then another 15 minutes later, check it again. Make sure it's right. Now, if you were going to use matches, you do the exact same thing, except when you're pressing this down and it's lifted up, you just reach in with a match and touch the wick with a match, and then you've lit your kerosene heater. Hi, my name's Joe, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about the basics of kerosene heaters, what you should do when you get one, how to operate them, etc., etc. So, if you've never had a kerosene heater before, this would be a great video to watch. So what I did was I went out and I purchased this nice kerosene heater. It's a Redstone. I got it at Tractor Supply, and this was the floor model, and it was on sale for $90. Came